Hey YouTube, 3 times a charm. This is my 3rd time trying to upload a video with sound. So finally I figured it out. So, to try to remember everything I've already said, yesterday when I was recording that soundless video in bed, that was on my egg retrieval day. And actually I don't have internet and I live 30 minutes out of town on 80 acres, so I really don't have good reception, and so I come to my parents to upload. And I initially tried to do this just because the community was so helpful to me, and I just thought, hey, if there's girls out there looking for stories, maybe I can be of help. And I think it's fun to kind of record your journey. But I haven't been doing such a great job just because. Oh, and then I have this JVC Vario camera, and it's high def, and you have to convert it in order to put it on YouTube, and it's really hard to do. And then if you don't convert it, it takes like 15 hours to upload, so I just don't deal with that. So anyways, yeah, last Monday was day 4 of stimming meds, and I had no symptoms, no swelling, no pain. I could fit into my jeans by day 4 still. And you know, I've heard a lot of people say that they've had symptoms like swelling and discomfort, and I was thinking, cool, I don't have this. And at the doctor's on that day, I drive to Portland, so it's like a 2-hour drive from here, sometimes 2.5 or 3 if there's a wreck or traffic. So I have to leave early, really early, in their morning appointments. So anyways, I got there and they measured 8 and 9 millimeter was average follicles. There was 9 on my right ovary, 4 on my left, and there was some little follicles that were trying to catch up. So that was on the 17th. By the 20th, on Thursday, they wanted me to come back in, and they measured again. There's about 18 follicles, all within around the 12 and 13 millimeter range. I don't really ask my doctor too many questions because I don't want to be annoying, and I know it's my right. I've paid a lot of money. I should be able to get printouts of paper if I want, but for me, since I'm already kind of a stressor, I just leave it in my doctor's hands. I know they know best. And by all means though, if you want papers, you should get them. You've paid money for them. Don't worry about being annoying. Don't worry about asking too many questions. It's important stuff, you know, and if you want to know the millimeters of your follicles and keep tabs on it and know, you know, how many are on your right and left and all that, then you get to. But I just am already kind of a worrywart, so I pay attention, but I don't like write it down or have them print it for me out. So that was on Thursday. Then by Saturday, they asked me to come back, and the follicles were 17, 18 millimeters, and I stayed the night there. And then on Sunday, actually Saturday, doctors said that it looked like we could probably get away with Avidrel trigger shot, but just give it a day because there was some follicles that needed to catch up a bit. So we waited a day. I went in Sunday morning with my husband, and sure enough, it was good that we waited a day. The other ones caught up a little bit, and we ended up triggering that night at 7:30. So that was my last shot. Thank goodness. Done with shots. So 36 hours later is when they wanted egg retrieval. So we ended up going in. We had to be there by 7. Now my husband goes to school in Vancouver, which is 30 minutes away from the hospital we go to. And I live 2 hours away, so I had to get up at 3:30 that morning, early morning. Well worth it. And we got to the clinic by 6:30, so we were 30 minutes early, which was good. Had time to relax and kind of chill. And his collection time was at 7. My time was at 7:30 for egg retrieval. And I'm pretty laid back for the most part, but I don't like, okay, I did fine with injections, but I've never had an IV, and just picturing the IV going into my vein in my hand kind of freaked me out. So I was trying to relax, but I couldn't, to the point they wanted me to. Finally he gets the needle in, and my vein in my left hand is too small, so he couldn't use it. So then he went over to my right hand and tried to find it, and it took forever, and he found it on this side somewhere, and then he had the needle in here still sticking out while he was trying to find it over here, and he's telling me to relax, and I'm just like, I can't, because I have to try to relax one hand, you know, the hand they're working on, but the other hand, like, so tense. That's what I was doing when he was trying to get it in this hand. Squeezing this hand while I was trying to relax this hand. But then I had 2 needles, both in one hand, and then he took it out after he got the needle in. So, anyways, that was fun. He's great. He's a great anesthesiologist. The whole staff is wonderful. As soon as we signed consent, as soon as he got the IV in, he started an antibiotic in there, and then as soon as I signed consent, my husband was back with me, and they started the anti-anxiety. Let me tell you, that stuff works. Within like a minute, it worked for me. I was kind of loopy, my husband said, and during the whole procedure, I wasn't out completely. I was just to the point where everything felt good. I was nodding off a little bit. I could still feel the pain, but it just didn't matter. I just didn't really care that much about it because I was just so doped up, I guess. And the whole time the reason why I say I think they probably wished that I was put under all the way is because I just kept talking the whole time, but I was like a cheerleader to them, and I just kept telling them how good they were doing and what a great staff they are and how they just work together so well. So at least I wasn't being annoying, like complaining and stuff. I was just cheering them on. I don't know. I guess that's what I do. So by the end of the procedure, doctor was able to let me know that they got 18 eggs, and I wish I would have watched it. But I just didn't even think about it because I was kind of nodding off. And my husband got to watch it though, and he said they took like a little tiny vacuum thingy and extracted the eggs in that, and then they put it into these clear little tubes, and he could tell there was some blood in it, but I guess they had like 3 clear little tubes that they ended up handing off to the embryologist, and I don't know, that would be kind of cool to watch. But I guess it was a vacuum. So my husband was in there the whole time holding my hand, which was nice, and tickling my arm. I asked him to tickle my arm. It's like one of my favorite things. And it's kind of weird. But so then, yeah, doctor said we got 18 eggs, which I was happy with. Then my husband ended up going back to school. I was supposed to do bed rest. I kind of cheated a little bit because I got a little bored, and after an hour of waiting around in the hotel, I just got up, and since my husband just landed a job in the area where our clinic is and everything, and near his school, so I went house hunting, and I looked at a couple of places, and then I started feeling the pain, so then I had to end up going back home and resting, and I watched House Hunters on HGTV. So I don't recommend going out. The doctors don't either. They want you to do bed rest. It wasn't that bad the first day. Today is the day after egg retrieval, and it actually feels worse. So it just